Welcome from your Mortgage Insider. We're here to talk about rates and the economy. This is across many different sectors, the most important one being the real estate sector, the news outlets, everywhere you turn now. It's either inflation or real estate as the next negative. So let's talk a little bit about what's going on in the rate department that's causing this and where that's going to hopefully turn around and reduce the pain. So starting off this week, middle of the week, Wednesday, we get reports from the Mortgage Bankers Association, 80% lower number of mortgage applications in the refinance department, 24% lower year over year in the purchase department. That means people that are seeking financing year over year, there's 24% less people trying to apply for mortgages for a purchase of a home, 80% less for refinance. So that's pretty significant. Something else that just came out this morning is gross domestic product has decreased 1.6% on an annualized basis. So that's negative 1.6% in the first quarter of 2022. So previously it was listed at 1.5% decrease. They have not provided any numbers for June, the quarter that's going to end this week. We'll start to hear those figures late in July. Just for sake of argument around a recession, 2 quarters of negative GDP growth, or I guess that would be a decline 2 months in a row, 2 quarters in a row, would constitute a recession technically. So are we in a recession right now? Let's find out. So 10-year Treasury yields are down. So I have a chart that I just wanted to pull up and just kind of give a 6-month view. Maybe we'll go a touch farther back. Let's go back to November. So on these charts, we get the averages, the 25-day average, the 200-day average. These are all, we're pretty far away from these different modes, but we see that we were basically following a trend of very low rates on the 10-year Treasury at the end of last year. So November into December, we've seen a move higher. And if you follow this 25-day average, there's only been short periods of time there in February, so for less than 30 days time, about 2 to 3 weeks, where we fell below that 25-day average, indicating potentially lower rates to come ahead, to only turn around and move significantly higher, which obviously brings up the average. So back in May, there was a short period of time we fell below the 25-day average. And the reason I'm focusing on this is we're finally getting back. We hit it right here back at the beginning of June. We stayed above the 25-day average. It's peaked as of June the 14th on the yield to the 10-year Treasury. That's at 3.5%, currently reporting at 3.1%. So it's dropped, but one of the things to note here is that the 25-day average was hit on June 23rd, and it bounced higher. So this has become a floor, and rates overall are trending on the upper side of that 25-day average. Now the 50-day average is starting to pinch here. It's getting closer and closer because the rates they've slowed their rise, so to speak. So in the next couple of weeks, as we start to get inflation figures, July 1st, we're actually going to get a report from the Bureau of Labor Statistics about if there has been job losses or job gains in the economy, if the unemployment rate has gone higher or gone lower. A lot of that based on how many people are looking for work. I think there's not a lot of people looking for work. They're having a fun time this summer, it sounds like. After quitting their job, and hopefully they've got some great savings accounts. But we're starting to hear more and more that there's less jobs available than we had previously thought. Somewhere in the neighborhood of 13 million jobs were available and not filled. This last 2 to 3 months, that's been the news. And now we're starting to hear big names like Tesla CEO Elon Musk talking about reducing 10% of his salaried sales force, or his salaried workforce, I should say. And that's one of dozens of companies that have announced either potential layoffs, reductions in force, or definitely not hiring new people. So they're starting to withdraw a lot of the job opportunities that are out there. And we'll start to see some light here on July 1st. That is a pretty light trading day coming into the 4th of July holiday weekend. So could be some early firecrackers on July 1st this year. But we'll see if that's a turnaround that could bring us below the 25-day average, using the 10-year Treasury as a way as a barometer here. If the 25-day and even the 50-day average, which are right there close to each other, if we were to get below that, could be a positive trend for the near term on interest rates. Keep an eye out for you. Take care.